Hey everyone, I have a theory that I want to test out, and it has to do with these new Resin 3D printers from Elegoo. This is the standard Elegoo Saturn 4. This in the middle is the Saturn 4 Ultra, and on the end is the brand new Saturn 4 Ultra 16K. The big difference between all of these is the standard Saturn 4 has a regular vat. Like, it doesn't tilt or anything like that. It's the typical 3D printing resin experience that you're used to with traditional Resin 3D printers, where the bed's gonna lift up and down as it's continuing to print. With the Saturn 4 Ultra and the Ultra 16K, it has that tilting vat mechanism. However, on the 16K, we have a heated vat element inside of that as well. There's no heaters inside of these other two 3D printers. You can add them in there. In fact, I have one on the Saturn 4 Ultra, but I'm not gonna be using it for this test. And the theory that I wanna test out and see if it's true or not in this video is to find out if your bottom exposure settings are drastically different or different at all between these three different 3D printers and the tilting vats, as well as a heated vat when it comes to 3D printing. Because right now, I feel like my bottom exposure is kind of all over the place, and I see a lot of folks also posting about their bottom exposure settings and either it needing to be drastically lower than what they're typically used to seeing with these standard 3D printers. With the tilting vat, it seems like you can have a much lower bottom exposure. And if you don't do that, you end up with prints that feel like they're welded to the build plate. And in fact, I have a bunch of scuffs all over my build plates from trying to remove previous prints. And since we're specifically looking at the bottom exposure, there is a bottom exposure test by Denny's Wang that has built-in suction cups that are gonna help further test out if the print is actually sticking to the build plate while it's printing, as well as we can test out how difficult it is to remove once all the prints are finished. And for this little experiment, I figure I should try and use a resin that I've never used on any of the Elegoo Saturn 4 3D printers. So I'm gonna be printing with this 8K Space Gray water washable resin by Elegoo that I've never printed with on any of these printers. So we're gonna try and figure out what the settings are for this, as well as testing out the proper bottom exposure setting. And after downloading Denny's Wang's calibration file, I've loaded it into Elegoo Slicer here, where I'm gonna be positioning it into each of the four corners, as well as one in the very center. Now I'm gonna be setting the bottom exposure starting at 30 seconds and exporting that out as a sliced file, and then lowering that by 5-second increments for these different tests, all the way down to 10 seconds. So at 25, 20, 15, and 10 seconds. And one of the best parts is this is a very quick test to run. It only takes about 15 minutes for each of these prints. So for our very first set of tests, I'm starting with 30-second bottom exposure. This might vary between which printer that you're working with, but on the Saturn 4, all 5 of the prints printed properly, and it was way too hard to take off of the build plate. For the Saturn 4 Ultra, all 5 printed as well, and again, continued to be extremely hard to remove. And for the Saturn 4 Ultra 16K, only the 4 corners ended up printing, nothing in the middle, surprisingly, and it was, again, very difficult to remove. All right, so here's another quick tip for anyone with a resin printer. So I have the failed print that's stuck in the bottom of the vat here. You can just use the tank clean function. That's pretty much on all Resin 3D printers these days, including the Saturns here. So I can come in here and use the tank clean. Can set this, I usually go about 20 seconds. But what I wanted to call out was WhamBam now sells these vat cleaning, it's like a little tool, it's a metal tool that you plug into the corner that's gonna help lift up that sheet that's created. Now you could just use some old resin supports if you wanted to hold on to those and use that instead of buying a device. But if you do a lot of Resin 3D printing, I find this to be really helpful and useful, and it works fairly well with getting that sheet out of the vat. And there's our failed print in the center. I just try to squeegee off any of the excess resin that I can try to save before. You can then just wipe it down after you're done. Here you can see where I've got some leftover cured bits there on the end of that, but I don't really care. I can just reuse it, and I've used it probably half a dozen times now. For the 25-second bottom exposure, the Saturn 4 Ultra initially failed, or at least partially failed, and it looked like the models ended up splitting midway through the print, which let me know that the exposure was probably a little bit too high, or the normal exposure was a little bit too high for these prints. So I modified that down from 2.4 seconds to 2.2 seconds and reprinted it, and it worked flawlessly. So not only did I reprint this test and it turned out properly, but I ended up finally 3D printing some of these build plate holders on my Neptune 3D printers so that I can actually properly hold the build plates and let them drip off back into the vat, which makes the process of cleanup a whole lot easier. But yeah, here we go. These all printed correctly here. I dropped the exposure to 2.2 seconds and the bottom exposure was set to 25 seconds. And for the Saturn IV Ultra, all 5 printed, but it was still a little hard to remove. And for the Saturn IV Ultra 16K, again, nothing printed there in the center, and it was very similar to the Saturn IV Ultra when it came to removing those prints. At 20-second bottom exposure, all 5 printed correctly here on the Saturn IV, and it was definitely starting to get easier to remove. And for the Saturn IV Ultra, now we didn't have anything printing in the center for this build plate, but all 4 in the corners printed properly, and I'm starting to see a little bit of peeling there in the corners. All of these removed fairly easily. And for the Saturn IV Ultra 16K, we still only had the prints in the 4 corners, nothing in the center, and it was slightly still difficult to remove. Now we're really starting to push it, going down to 15 seconds for the bottom exposure on the Saturn IV, all 5 printed properly, and this was by far the easiest to remove. For the Saturn IV Ultra, we again only had the 4 prints in the corner, nothing in the center, and the parts started peeling, and it was just a little too much. I think 15 is just pushing it too much for this printer. And again, very similar for the Saturn IV Ultra 16K, this 15-second bottom exposure is probably just too fast for both of these printers. Regardless of what these results are here, this holder is gonna be my takeaway at this point for this video. You gotta print one of these. And of course, we're gonna push it even further at 10-second bottom exposure. I'm honestly not expecting any of these to print properly, but surprisingly, the Saturn IV actually had 4 of them that printed correctly. I honestly can't believe that was printing properly, even with those starting to peel slightly in the corner. Then on the Saturn IV Ultra, we had nothing that printed. And then on the Saturn IV Ultra 16K, we only had 2 that printed. Yeah, it was just way too much. And now that we've got a basic understanding of our bottom exposure, I'm gonna rerun this using some exposure tests for our printers. And on the Saturn IV Ultra and the Saturn IV Ultra 16K, it has a built-in exposure tester function, which is fantastic, so you can test a whole bunch of different exposure values in one go around. And for this, I'm gonna be using the cones of calibration, which is just a really easy way to see if the exposure is correct by looking at these little spikes and if they've printed correctly. And the bottom exposure updates seem to work really well because those were moved relatively easily. And then for something like the Saturn IV that doesn't have that exposure tester, I was using the basic XP Finder, which is just, again, a very quick print that you can run on basically any Resin 3D printer to find your exposure settings and if you're exposed or overexposed. Now, before I show you the results of our little resin experiment, I wanted to say a big thank you to Elegoo for sponsoring today's video. They are the makers of the Saturn IV, the Saturn IV Ultra, and the Saturn IV Ultra 16K. These are all amazing Resin 3D printers that have their own unique capabilities depending on your pricing and budget and needs. Plus, Elegoo also makes their own wash and cure station that's gonna allow you to not only clean, but cure all of your Resin 3D prints. And if you're interested in FDM 3D printers for printing things like terrain for your miniatures, you'll wanna stay tuned because Elegoo's gearing up to launch their brand new Elegoo Centauri Carbon. Surprise, surprise, the Saturn IV Ultra 16K and Saturn IV Ultra appear to have printed properly for the set of miniatures from Gutshot Games on their latest Kickstarter campaign. And the Saturn IV here, it looks like have an issue with the supports here on the base of the, oh no, did I overlap the file? I overlapped the files accidentally. I think I did that on all of these because I used the same set of files for these. I also supported these all in Elegoo's own resin slicer, their satellite slicer. And all of our prints look really good visually, and I'm honestly loving the dark color of this resin, but it's still kind of impressive to see just how much your resin settings can change between your different 3D printers or even things like the ambient temperature here in the room. It's still cold here, lots of snow on the ground, and I'm in my basement of my house, and it's relatively cold, so I'm assuming that could impact the overall settings and quality of my prints as well. And something that I didn't notice until after I ended up cleaning up the prints is that the Saturn IV Ultra, I ended up having a partial print fail on one of the miniatures as well, where it looks like the supports or the print just did not adhere properly as it was printing. This is honestly the first time that I've kind of done a deep dive into testing out the bottom exposure on any of my Resin 3D printers. I typically just kind of play around with it and see what seems to work better than others, but it all is going to come down to the resin that you're working with. I honestly wasn't expecting some of the results that I was seeing on these machines, and I'm going to continue to play around with this because the results were definitely not the results that I was anticipating. I thought for sure that we were going to see that the lower exposure was going to work the best on the 16K with the heated vat, or even the tilted system here on the Ultra and the two Ultra printers here. But it seems like, at least with this resin, the standard Saturn IV performed the best with the lowest possible bottom exposure settings. But let me know what your thoughts are on testing your bottom exposure, and if you've actually gone and done anything. I'll have links to Denny's files, so if you want to run your own calibration prints for the bottom exposure, you can download those. They're completely free to download, and set this up, this exact same test, and print those on your different Resin 3D printers. I also want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters for your continued support of me making content here on the interwebs. If you're interested in things like my Resin 3D printer settings, you can find those over in my Patreon. But yeah, this was just a different kind of deep dive that I wanted to jump into to test out some of the resins, especially with this one that I've never worked with before on these 3D printers. And I'm loving the color of this, but just that the bottom exposure settings is, again, kind of shocked me here with how varying they were with the results across these 3D printers. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.